right, man. Well, the Detroit Lions missed the boat on them closing the gap on the Super Bowl, next year. Some people feel like, with some questionable roster decisions that, or lack of there, lack of roster decisions that they missed the boat on the Super Bowl. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video, and they have a great opportunity this offseason to go forward and close that gap, whether it's giving up assets or guys hitting free agency. When you look at it, you look at, guys, hitting free agency. Cooper Kupp could be a free agent. You know what I'm saying? Josh Sweat, who maybe had an argument to be Super Bowl MVP, defensive end from the Philadelphia Eagles, could be free. Could be set to be a free agent. Myles Garrett, Max Crosby could be on the trading block. It's a number of guys. Micah Parsons could be on the trading block. So you look at guys like Shadavius Ward, DJ Reader. You look up and down that free agent market. Tyreek Hill could be up via trade. You start to look at some of the guys who could be available. Devontae Adams. You go on and on again. The Lions, could literally bolster. They can literally bolster their team and close that gap. Not getting guys like Aiden Hudson, Aleem McNeil healthy, Jack Campbell, Anazzoni, bringing back, Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph. People forget going into last seasons, they both had injuries. I think Kirby had a hip, and I can't think it was something with an ankle or something with Brian Branch. So, honestly, going into this offseason, you see what Philly did. I did a video. I don't know when it's going to come up. Philly closed that gap. How? They closed that gap with pass rushes. Well, it was taking a chance on Jalen Carter, drafting Jordan Richardson or whatever his name is out of Georgia the year before. Josh Sweat, they had another defensive tackle out of La Tech, had a veteran like Brandon Graham. They had a number of guys that went out there and they beat Patrick Mahomes by rushing 4 down linemen. Now, do the Lions have a good, start there? Yes, Aleem McNeil, Aiden Hutchinson, that's the start. Now, what you going to put around them? Keep an eye on Zarique. I think that's a priority. If you're going to wait 3 or 4 years for him to be ready, I think surely you should bring him back. Makai Wingo, Broderick Martin, really ain't seen nothing from him. Josh Pascal stayed healthy. He was solid. Darius Smith, but, you need about 1 or 2 more guys. You know what I'm saying? Especially a guy, if you keep DJ Reader, especially a guy in the middle that can push the pocket, and you need that guy that can, tag team with Aiden Hutchinson. You want to go the cheap veteran route, Joey Bosa. He could be on a prove-it deal. He could be getting cut out of L.A. from the Chargers. Khalil Mack, he can be, he's set to be a free agent. You know what I'm saying? So you have a lot of different places. And the whole thing about the, Detroit sports, especially the Pistons and Lions in particular, they never go out there and make a splash move. They never go out there and make a splash. When you talk about a Myles Garrett, when you're talking about a Max Crosby, when you're talking about, bringing in a Josh Sweat, you know what I'm saying? Bringing in those type of elite guys that can help take you over the hump. The only thing they're known for doing is keeping elite guys like Calvin Johnson, Barry Sanders. That's what they're known for. Matthew Stafford, for their retention rate, and not to let those guys, go elsewhere and let other franchises really, win elsewhere and let other franchises really make money off of them. So, but yeah, man, on another note, yes, they have, I think it's time, you can do so without giving up assets. There's some value guys out there. Cooper Kupp's a value guy. Joey Bosa could be a value guy just due to the injury history. It's caveats there. Khalil Mack could be a value guy, but going to get Max Crosby or Myles Garrett and closing that gap, then the other question is, what do you do? What do you do outside of that? Do you go with Rackstraw? You go with Terrion and Amick as your corners? Do you bring back Carlton Davis? It was such a great fit. Do you go get Shadavius Ward? Do you go get a DJ Reader? Do you go trade for a corner? Do you trade for a Micah? Those are all great questions to be had. You know what I'm saying? Do you say, well, we do need that another receiver? Let's get that vet. Let's go draft one. The draft can fix a lot of needs, and a lot of holes. But, for the Lions, I think right now, and, at the trade deadline, there were rumors. They tried to get Crosby. They tried to get Myles Garrett. They tried to close that gap. Now you can get Aiden Hutchinson back, and you actually can attempt to close that gap. You can close that gap. Because you got to think about it, Green Bay probably get better. Minnesota is going to try to improve, and seeing what Philly did, you know what I'm saying? That's what you got to be up against. So, and if you're going to be dealing with every other game or 80, 90% of your games or 70% of your games, be likely, it's going to be versus mobile quarterbacks. What better way to close the gap on more mobile quarterbacks? You seen what Philly did yesterday. They closed the gap with athletes. Jalen Carter is an elite athlete. Josh Sweat looked like an elite athlete. Zach Bryan, Cooper DeJean, they had elite athletes. They had great football players, strong, tough. You know what I'm saying? So we need another elite athlete to go along with Aiden Hutchinson. We need that Myles Garrett. We need that Crosby and along with a Liam McNeil. And then you're going to get a healthy Levi Onwuzurike back. So if he's really healthy, that's another great elite athlete. So honestly, they really do need that push. One or two guys, a Myles Garrett. And like I said, I'm in the very, very minority. I'm slim. I'm in that top 2 or 3% of Lions fans that say Tyreek Hill. People say, who's attitude, man? If you planning on winning, he won't be a problem. I don't care how many Instagram models he knocking off, how many babies he making. Don't give a damn. Getting the ball, he's the perfect fit for them. Cooper Kupp, you really need Cooper Kupp on third downs. If you can keep him healthy, keep him healthy. But you really need him in them playoff situations too. So yeah, I can see them saying we get Garrett or get Crosby and then, draft that kid at Ohio State, Sawyer, or and then go out there and get a Cooper Kupp in Detroit and just, guess what? You're going to lean on J-Mo. You're going to lean on Amon-Ra St. Brown. Lean on Tim Patrick, but you just really looking for Cooper Kupp to come in and give you a little bit of help. Boy, you in the wrong area. I don't know why they continue to come in the wrong area. But yeah, that's all I pretty much had to say, man. But yeah, they gotta close that gap. And if it was ever a time where they that close, and the Pistons kind of closed the gap with Rasheed Wallace, but hey, hit the link tree, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, just Spotify, Anchor. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.